Hello my friends, welcome to another video. If you are new here, my name is Chris. I'm the maker behind the Enchanted Skein and creator of the Hookkeeper. Don't worry, I'm not going to say that every time. I'm just really excited. You saw the title and thumbnail. We're going to talk today really quickly about how the shop launch went. But before we do that, I want to cover a couple of things. The order of this video and the next two is going to feel a little weird. When I was planning my videos for this month, I didn't think to do some kind of shop launch recap video. So I did some recording ahead of time for the shop launch. I usually record like a week, sometimes 2 weeks in advance if we're going out of town and things like that. I mentioned we had a camping trip. So I recorded the 2 videos you're going to see next week and the week after right before the shop launch. I'm going to pop up, let's look at a little timeline real quick. So right before my market, I recorded a little vlog weekend with 2 yarn hauls and me trying to figure out where I was going to put all of that yarn. And then the day before the shop launch, I recorded my accountability video. So in that video, I'm cool, calm, and collected because the shop launch hasn't happened yet and I had no idea how it would go. Then the shop launch was on Monday, April 6th. Today is April 11th, and this video goes live Monday the 13th. As I said, I was not planning to do this video, but I decided I needed to do it because I learned so much in the last 5 days, and I figured a few of you might be curious as to how other things went. I know a lot of you tried to go in and get Hookkeepers, and those did sell out, but I want to kind of give you the overview of how everything went for me and the lessons that I've learned. The morning of the launch, I decided to pick up the camera and do a bit of vlogging. Good morning. It's a shop launch day. I'm really excited, but also wondering why I didn't take today off. I definitely have to work today. It is 5 minutes to 7. I start my work at 8. And I have just decided that I'm going to pick up the camera and vlog today. Maybe vlog this week. I don't know. I want to capture kind of what this is like, especially if you have a job. Would it have been nice to have the day off and just stare at the shop all day and hope someone goes on and buys? Yes. But we don't have that luxury. We earn PTO as we go, and I'm out. I'm fresh out. Other than keeping, a day or two in case I get sick. But so I think what I'm gonna do. This morning was a normal morning. Got up, we walked the dogs, went for a little run, showered, had breakfast. I have this hour now. I think what I'm gonna do is work on my nails actually, because they're looking a little rough. And when I get orders today from the shop, I want to do some packing videos. So I would like my nails to not look like hot garbage in said videos. So I think I'm going to work on that. Maybe watch a little YouTube video. I think my brain is a little overwhelmed for trying to do something other than maybe I'll, flip through the site and make sure everything's going to be ready to go. It's all going to kind of happen at 9. It so happens that I actually host a meeting at 9 a.m. every morning. So I won't even be able to be watching when the shop goes live. I think what I'm going to do is a few minutes before the meeting, I'm going to record my screen and have the shop up on my laptop so that when I get off the meeting, I can go look. I don't know what this is going to be. I didn't have planned a vlog or anything like that. So this may just be a clip inserted somewhere, or I may not even use it at all, but that's the plan for this morning. And I guess I will check back in maybe after launch. Okay. We are 3 minutes from launch. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the store now. I had it as locked and password protected while I was working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock it now. And then I am going to get myself ready for my meeting and we'll see what happens. I got an order. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, now I got to get back to work. It's my lunchtime. I just started cooking my food and checked my laptop, and I have 15 orders. I'm so excited. I'm having a hard time concentrating at work, not gonna lie, but I'm gonna be painting safety eyes like crazy tonight. I know that I didn't say those would go out as quickly, but a lot of people had mixed orders, which I didn't think through either. So I want to get them out quick, you know. I want to go to the post office and get them going. So I'm just trying to decide. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling a little overwhelmed and so grateful for all of your support. You have no idea how much this means to me. So I'm going to go eat some lunch. I just finished cooking my food. I got another order. And also, I opened up YouTube admin or whatever it's called, because at lunch on Mondays, I try to start going in and answering any comments that I get, which is usually just a handful, which I'm super grateful for. But I have 26. 26. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. So I'm going to eat and reply to comments. Hello, friends. Shop grand opening day is officially coming to a close. It is 9 p.m. I am getting ready for bed. It's been an incredible day. I really wish I'd have taken the day off. You know, you hope to need to, but yeah. Anyway, we ended up with 24 orders, selling out of Hookkeepers. I sold out of one or I think two of the different switch markers. And there were a lot of eye orders. I was shocked. Like, I kind of put those up there last minute. Like, I made them for the market. I know the formula. I can make them again. Let me just put, you know, I don't know, I think I put 5 of each up or whatever. I counted what I had blank eyes of and was like, yeah, I can cover that and put it up. I had zero expectation of selling eyes, let alone as many. I don't have the count in front of me, but it was a lot more than I anticipated. And I know that, like I said, eyes are going to take a few days. But, and this is just, I'm sharing this because in case you ever find yourself in this position, like I didn't think that through all the way because my anxiety does not want to let me leave anything not shipped like by the next day. And also, like, okay, some things are ready to ship. I don't want to make those wait if you ordered those plus eyes. And I know what I would tell myself if it wasn't me and I was talking to a friend, but it doesn't matter. It's me. So I immediately got off of work. Mr. Skein was like, go. He took care of cooking and everything. And I just started painting eyes and picking everything, getting ready for the orders. So almost, I would say, if not everything that was ordered today is going to go out tomorrow. So yeah, I'm putting unneeded pressure on myself and I realize that, but I can't help it, at least for the launch. I'll get used to it, I'm sure. And I also, you know, I was uncertain of how all the setup and everything was and would work. So I just want to really make sure that I don't disappoint anybody. But I am wrapping up for the evening. I still have, I think, the 2 smaller batches of safety eyes to do tomorrow morning, pack the rest of the orders, and then get them out. So I'm really excited, really grateful. And yeah, so I just thought I would check in because it's been an absolutely incredible day. So I just wanted to say thank you. I don't know what I was thinking that I could focus on my normal job while the whole shop launch was happening. And the fact that my videos go live at 9, so I wanted to have the shop launch coordinate with that and go live at 9, and I host that meeting at 9 o'clock. So that entire morning after my workday started was a complete blur. I had my laptop up so that in between meetings and what I was doing, I could peek over at how the shop was going. I just loved watching the store diagram and seeing the little people running around it. You could see when they checked out or put stuff in their cart. You can't see who they are, but it's just so much fun to just kind of keep an eye on how things were going. I planned in my mind to do all of these, like, you know, come pack my first order with me Instagrams and shorts, and I was going to start doing shorts, and I had so many things planned. Like I envisioned things, but I didn't envision them accurately. I was going to do all these order packing videos and the whole process, and I was going to vlog everything, and yeah, that that did not happen. I did get a little footage of kind of our little command center that Mr. Skein set up, which is basically my pop-up table from the market. And we just started spreading out all of the different products so that we could kind of pick the orders and get everything ready to ship out as soon as possible. As a high-level recap, as I mentioned, the Hookkeeper sold out. I want to say that was within the first 5 hours or so of the shop being launched. I was really surprised to see how many safety eye orders I got. I actually added those kind of as a last minute, like to try to fill the shop out and make it look a little more full. I didn't really expect many to sell unless someone was trying to maybe add 1 or 2 things to their cart to get to the free shipping or something like that. So I was pretty blown away by how many of those actually sold. And mind you, I didn't have them painted. I was going to paint as I went. So it made for a hectic evening. But also the switch markers did really well. I do still have a handful of the crystal butterfly ones, I want to say. Those weren't as popular. But for the most part, some of the more popular styles sold out on day 1 and the rest sold out on day 2. So overall, I could not be more happy with how the shop launch itself went, especially the launch of the Hookkeeper. That is something I mentioned in my last video that I put my heart and soul into and worked on so hard for a really long time. And to see the fact that so many of you loved it and wanted to grab it was just so fulfilling for me. But as I mentioned, I did learn a lot of things. I tried to approach all of this as I do with a lot of things I do at work. Fail fast, learn lessons, and move on. And that is kind of all I can do at this point. But I do want to share those lessons that I learned with you because some of you out there mentioned you might be opening your own stores soon. And if you have gone through this, then maybe at the very least you can relate. There's 10 things that I'm going to share with you. The first one is if you have a full-time job, take the day off. If you're launching on a day that you would normally work, take the day off. It is so not worth trying to balance both. I ended up actually working extra hours on Thursday and Friday this week to make up for the time that I know that I was really distracted on that first day of the shop launch. It was thankfully a pretty slow week because a lot of people were on spring break holidays. But I just wasn't where I wanted to be in what I was going to be delivering. So I did work a little extra on Thursday and Friday, which is fine. But again, my advice is take the day off if you work a full-time job. Number 2 is related directly to that. And that is consider your launch day and what the ramifications of it are. Monday was not a brilliant idea for the shop launch. I wanted it to come out the same day as the video, and that's why I did that. And I'm glad that I did, but it would have been much better served for my sanity had I done that on a Friday, especially if I'd have taken the Friday off, because then I would have had all day Saturday to get everything out the door that I wanted to, all day Sunday even. So I definitely see myself doing all future drops on a Friday. The third thing I learned is that tear off thank you notepads is the absolute best thing that you can do. And I would thank Christine at What's Up Cupcake for that idea. She showed how she does her shipping and putting stuff together, and she showed that she just gets a notepad with her custom thank you on it, and she can write her message, tear it off, and move on. Having that just made it feel like it was moving faster and just kind of added a level of efficiency to it that I wouldn't have thought of. So yeah, I highly recommend that. Number 4, my handwriting is atrocious. I don't know that anyone gains anything from that knowledge. But oh my gosh, I write when I'm taking notes for myself and stuff, but I don't often write out to someone. And yeah, at first I kept like throwing them away, and I'm like, I only have 100 pages on this notepad. I need to slow my roll because if I throw away 10 per order, I'm going to be out in no time. So the lesson piece of that is just embrace where you're at. You know, if you start writing out your thank you notes and you feel like your handwriting is hideous, you are not alone, but just write them out anyway. You're writing it from your heart, let it go, and move on. Related to that is number 5. Thank you notes do not have to be letters home from camp. One other thing is I started thinking like that I have to write this mega unique, lengthy message to each person. And I was writing the first few on my lunch break, actually. And then I looked up and realized how many orders I had, and I was like, I need to know. You know, I picked a few phrases and just selected from them and wrote that and kind of moved on. There's only so much you can say to say thank you. Like it really is just a thank you for your support.
It means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's only so many words for that. So, you know, again, just the lesson in that is to not overpressure yourself on how those look and how long they are. Number 6, prepare for the best case scenario. I am someone who is always prepared for the worst case scenario. And I hoped you guys were gonna love the products. I hoped, but I didn't prepare. And what I mean by that is I did not envision what it would be like to have that many orders come in at once or in the same day at least. And I would say that, you know, if it were not for Mr. Skein and Junior Skein, I'll call him my son, he's 19, he's not a little kid. If it wasn't for them really jumping in and helping me get all these things done, I would not have gotten my orders out the following day or two the way that I had planned to, because I just, again, I envisioned it, wow, it would be amazing if they sold out. But I also in my mind was thinking, well, there's 20 of those, so there won't be any more orders than that. So that'll be anyway, you get it. But yeah, if you're doing this, could it be disappointing if stuff doesn't sell? Absolutely. But preparing for that best case scenario, which is being overwhelmed, is just going to help you handle it better. And the thing about that is if I didn't have their help, and being that I didn't prepare how I was going to orchestrate that by like taking the day off or doing whatever, then I could have really impacted my return customer base by missing those deadlines. And that is something I would never want to do. All right, number 7, set proper expectations for your customers. I think the expectations were okay, and I probably overpressured myself, but in Shopify, I had put in that like the Hookkeepers and the switch markers and everything were like a 1 to 3 days, I think, turnaround. So I would ship those out because they were ready to go. The safety eyes I put on there like 5 to 8 or 8 to 10 business days or something, because I knew I might need the weekend to paint them and get them shipped out. And I kind of assumed that if you ordered Hookkeepers and some eyes, let's say, that Shopify would be like, oh, this thing is marked as taking longer, so I'm just going to say the whole order takes that long. But it does not. There's a blanket kind of time frame that you set, and it's not dynamically reading that. So I was looking at the emails, and while I still did have a few days to get everything out the door, it just added a little bit of pressure to me that like I couldn't wait a little longer if I really needed to paint the safety eyes and get everything moving. I've since learned how to use their liquid code so that I can tag certain items and put some logic in there so that now when the email goes out, if something is purchased that takes a longer time, it will say that as the default, and if only the things that are purchased with the smaller window, then it'll give that window. Somewhat related to that is number 8, which is understand how shipping works on your platform. When I set up Shopify, I did what I'm considering kind of a shared shipping rate. And what that means is I knew I was going to be eating a little bit of the shipping costs, and then the customer would be eating some of the shipping costs. And how I structured that was any purchases over $45, I was going to fully cover the shipping, and then I had 2 tiers based on weight when it comes to the main products that I also knew I would be eating a portion of. I want to say I was charging $3.99 or $4.99 for shipping, knowing that those labels were going to be $5, $6, and maybe $8. And then on the heavier goods, if that was to ever happen, that would be a huge order. Whatever that rate was, obviously could go up to $12 or so, and I'd be eating a couple bucks there as well. I also had a shipping rate for envelopes in case someone just bought stickers, and those don't weigh anything, so I could theoretically put a stamp on it unless it was a ton of stickers, you know. So those were kind of the rates I had set up. Now I mentioned I added the eyes at the last minute to kind of fill things out, make the shop feel a little bit more robust. And when I did that, I forgot to enter the weight. So there are a handful of customers who just bought safety eyes, and when they just bought those safety eyes, Shopify said, oh, this whole order weighs nothing. You can choose an envelope. And I think my envelope rate was $1. So there are a few orders that the customer chose the $1 envelope, because why wouldn't you choose the cheapest shipping that you see? But obviously I could not cram 4 or 5 or 6 pairs of safety eyes into an envelope. So yeah, had to eat a little bit of that shipping cost there, but good lesson learned. Number 9, have a packing system in place. I am so mad at myself for this one. I had everything and I did make a sample box of how things would kind of come together, but I don't have like a packing station or anything like that. So my things were kind of in different spots. And I was in such a tizzy that day. Like I said, that day is like a whirlwind. And I know that I didn't have to get like the safety eyes out. I know that I didn't have to ship everything the next day. I know that. But in my mind, I'm seeing all of these things come in unfulfilled, and I wanted to fulfill them. I needed the boxes checked. I was in a tizzy because I was trying to work. I was, good stress, bad stress at work. I had, to ask for help from Mr. Skein and Junior Skein, which I don't like bugging them. They're more than happy to help me, but I'm also a control freak though, so they know how it is. Like, I don't want anyone to help me, but I needed help. And because of that, I forgot 3 things for my packing. And again, I am so mad at myself for that. First is my sticker bundles. So I had set up a little thing with each of the different stickers. I wasn't sure stickers would sell at all. I wasn't sure if people would buy a bundle, onesies, twosies. So I had each particular sticker, with like a divider. My plan was I bought these little envelopes, and I was going to, if it was a bundle, I was going to pull one of each sticker, put it in the nice little envelope, put that in the package. And what happened was we kind of set up, like I said, this command station, and we were literally just pulling everything that goes in each box. And I'd grab the 5 stickers and set them there. And time got away from me so much so that when we went to pack up, I didn't go back and put those stickers in the envelopes. So they're just kind of loose in the box. If you guys have watched my videos about my Etsy packaging or any of that stuff, I like to pride myself on my packaging being an experience, and as much of an experience as I can make it, while still keeping it cost effective, because I don't really charge much more on top of my product charges for all of that, because I feel like that's me giving it to you. You probably may not care if it comes in a whatever. But it's something that's important to me. So it's a cost that I incur, that I want to have that experience. And I forgot the envelopes. I was so mad. But that's not the only thing. I feel like the infomercial, but wait, there's more. So yeah, the little white sticker envelopes were not there. The other things were for the switch markers and for the Hookkeepers. I had these 2 little kind of bag things, these recyclable bags, to just kind of keep the little, the beads and everything in check. The switch markers have the dangly bits, and that was going to be my way of kind of just controlling them a little, a little bit nicer, level up on the packaging. But again, we were in such a tizzy. I placed everything in the boxes so that we could, mark off that the things were there. And I had every intention of going back and prettying everything up, and it didn't happen. We started sealing things and printing shipping labels and everything like that. So if you ordered switch markers and a Hookkeeper and your dangly bits are dangling all over the place, my apologies. That was not the intention. And I have now set up a better system for myself so that is not going to happen again. And number 10, practice picking and packing multiple orders at once. I want to say on Etsy, the most I've ever gotten in one shot is 2 orders. And it is a wildly different experience to try to pack 5 or 10 or 20 orders at once. You think through in your mind that you've got a system down, and I packed a few different orders as a test pack, like to see what would fit nicely in the box together, so that I could look at an order and go, that's going to need the smallest box, or that's going to need a medium box, and what fits nicely. But trying to orchestrate packing all of them, like you think you have it set in your mind, but no. When you get 20 orders at once, your system goes down the tubes, or mine did anyway, I don't know. So I highly recommend just pretend, like just do it, because your muscle memory kicks in, your logical thinking kicks in. You're not in the actual pressure of the moment, which again, I pressured myself. I know that. I didn't have to do it the next day, but I wanted everything to go out. So I want to say we had 23 orders on the first day, and then total so far we're at 31. So the second day had a few come in, again with more safety eyes to be painted. So after my first day of work, I was a safety eye painting machine, got those done. Not all of them, got some of them done. Next morning, first thing in the morning, painted safety eyes. And like I said, yeah, all the orders that came in day one went out on day two, and it's been sequential since then. So those are my 10 things that came to mind when I was sitting down to film this. Sadly, I got zero footage of me packing orders. It's one of those things where, you know, for me, like, it's similar to when I'm stressed, I don't go on Instagram. I don't know what it is. I can't keep up with chats. It makes me feel pressure, so I just don't do that. And when I had the thought in my mind of trying to film putting these boxes together, when all I wanted to do was get them to the post office, I just couldn't do it. So hopefully planning better is going to help me do that next time so I can share some more of that with you. But Mr. Skein did snap this picture of me with all of the boxes headed out to the post office. So at least I have that. When it comes to Hookkeepers, so many of you have messaged me or put in the comments that you went to get one and it was sold out. I'm so sorry for that. I only had made the 20 to try to see if this would work well, if people were even interested. Now that I know everyone is interested, I've already since day one of the shop started ordering more materials so that I can get more made as quickly as I can. I've been getting suggestions of colors and materials and things like that, which I really do appreciate, so keep them coming. I don't have an exact date yet, but the next drop is going to be in May. I'm not 100% sure how many I'll have by then, but whatever I do have is going to go up in May at some point in time. I'll keep you posted when I know the exact date. I'm planning on bringing back 3 or maybe 4 of the original colors that I had in the first launch, along with maybe 2 to 3 new colors based on the feedback that I've gotten. If you had your eye on a colorway, but it was sold out when you went to purchase a Hookkeeper, leave it in the comments. I'm not 100% sure if it would be included in this particular drop because time is of the essence, but if I get enough requests for a specific color, I will bring it back in a future drop, and I'll be sure to let you know when that's going to be. It's all going to depend on what materials I get in time and what I'm able to make by May. I also want to mention really quickly that if you enjoyed that little bit of behind the scenes content that I shared in the last video of me prototyping and trying to come up with the ideas and things behind these new products that I'm coming up with, and even want to get more involved in that, then check out my memberships and their perks. I've got a ton of behind the scenes stuff going on that I'm planning to share with my members, and I'm really excited to kind of get that community going. And that is all I have for you today. I just wanted to jump on here really quickly, give you a little update on how the shop launch went. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for your support, whether it was buying something from the shop or just watching the video, giving me comments to encourage me. I could not be more grateful for the response I've had in this community. So thank you so much. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one, which takes place in the past. Just remember that. Bye.